Two questions.
Yeah.
On two different levels. I'm going to go with the personal one first because of Megan and everybody else today. Someone in my life thought was my perfect loving partner has exited. He needs time to see what he wants, and that's okay. I respect that, and it's all right. But there's that missing of the physical.
Yeah.
And I know how to get to that disc. I've been there many times, and I'm there most of the time. And I know what to do to get there, turn on good music, have the affirmations, whatever it is to get to that level of knowing who I am. And I know that. And I can get there so often, but then I get in bed at night and the body's not there. It's that physical that I miss. How do you get past the missing of that physical? And I know that the law of attraction will either bring us back together or there'll be another physical. I know that because that's what I'm asking for. But it's in that void of time.
Well, you see, here's the thing, and we so love having this conversation with you right now, is that you cannot control whether that person comes and gets into that bed with you or not right now. You don't have the power to control that.
Right.
And you might not even have the power to not feel sad when you get into that bed. Esther still has moments where she'll open a drawer and it will shock her a little bit.
Right.
Even though Jerry has made his transition nearly 2 years ago, still that missing comes up. But what you do have control about is what you say right now. In other words, here you are, you're talking to infinite intelligence. We've been talking about finding the high-flying disc, and you choose a topic that makes you cry as your subject.
Yes.
And we say, you had a choice to do that. And we know, under the guise of looking for material, under the guise of looking for facts, under the guise of looking for answers to questions. In other words, there are all kinds of reasons that you give yourself the excuse to do something, but the bottom line is, this conversation feels bad every time you get on it. You're not ever going to say, I miss him in my bed. That's just looking for trouble. Those words, I miss him in my bed.
I miss him in my life.
Well, just go stand by the bed and look where he used to be. Go stand by the bed and look where he used to be. He used to be here. His head used to be here, and he used to lay like this. And he used to be right here. He used to be right here in this place where he isn't. He used to be right here in this place where he isn't.
So sleep on the couch.
You can make them cry, and they don't even know him or like him. They don't even, and so you don't have to do that to yourself. You do not have to do that to yourself. That's the epiphany that came to Esther. In other words, there are a lot of things you can't control, but you can control how you feel now because you can control what you think now.
Well, that's the clue.
And you just get better at it and better at it. And so you said some things that felt good, and you said some things that said bad. And now you're listening to us, you feel entirely better.
Yes,
and so just don't do that anymore. Just don't go there. I'm not going to go to that place that feels bad. I'm just not going to go there. Why would I sacrifice my high-flying disc when there is a plethora that I could be focused upon? Why am I focusing on the thing that for sure is going to take me from my high-flying disc?
And I know this.
What am I reaching for? Am I reaching for sympathy from others? You want to rendezvous on the sympathy desk? That's a party.
I've been there before. It's not that good.
You want to rendezvous on the "this is what he did to me" disc? That's a party. In other words, you get to choose. You get to choose. You get to choose every single time.
I know this.
We know you know, but you didn't know for a minute, and we had to tell you because we know. And now nothing's changed. He's still gone. Don't cry. He's still gone. He's still gone. Nothing's changed, but look at the difference in the way you feel. This is your now. A minute ago, your now sucked. But this is your now. This is your now. This is your now. And it's nice to have someone like us who will playfully cajole you back into alignment. But you see, here's somebody that is in alignment can cajole you for a little while, but you get really old news really fast. If you need constant cajoling, because if you've got a friend up here and you're not there, and they're pulling you up and pulling you up and pulling you up and pulling you up, and you're not going, pretty soon they join you on the sympathy disc.
Right.
And then, you see.
Don't want to go there.
Things are always working out for you. And sometimes life turns in a way that doesn't feel like it's working out for you, but it always is working out for you. You just have to decide how much you're willing to stand in the shadow while it's working out for you, because you can step out into the bright light anytime that you choose to. You have the power to do that. You know enough to do that.
I know that.
You just don't have any excuses to feel bad. There is no complaint justified enough to take you from your high-flying disc. You know too much. We should have put it on the disclaimer that you signed before you came in here. You can't go back, and now you know too much. In other words, now you know. You control your mood by the attention that you give to subjects. And so the game that Esther's been playing, and it's been so effective for her, once she remembered this 17-second thing, because she was finding herself feeling good, as you often do, and then slipping from it because something would remind her of something. And she would start feeling sorry for herself or feeling lonely. And she just started going 17, 16, 15, 14. And every time before she got to 1, she'd forgotten what it was that she was upset about.
I'll use it.
Yeah.
I'll use it.
For a while, she chewed on her arm. In other words, just don't vent it, because when you vent it, you never let it out. People say, oh, that's really good that you vented that. No, it wasn't. You vented it is the same thing as you practiced the momentum of it.
Right, right.
When you're venting, you're going down the trail that you don't like. Yeah. Venting sucks. Don't vent. Don't vent. There's no reason to vent. Venting and affirming are the same thing.
Right.
But when you're venting, you're affirming what you don't want. That was good.
That was great. Thank you. Second question.